How you doing, girl?
I'm doing great. So we're kind of on a baked bean theme, have you noticed?
Yeah, I love baked beans, especially around springtime.
Springtime, yes. Well, and I think in the spring, I think in the beach. What's my favorite state?
California. Oh, this one. You wanted me to say Hawaii.
I wanted you to say
Aloha.
Hawaii, yes. And you know my theme is pineapple.
I love
Pineapple
that.
is my theme. So today I'm going to do Aloha baked beans.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Oh, this ought to
You have
be
your bikini and surfboard?
I'm ready to.
You ready?
No bikini, but surfboard, yes, I'll do that.
Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm so glad you're here. I love baked beans. If you saw the previous episode with Steve, they were delicious. I have a little bit different take on it, as usual, but one thing I wanted to say about baked beans is that they're really versatile. I mean, there's Boston baked beans, there's traditional baked beans, there's Irish baked beans. I thought I'd go Aloha baked beans. Now, when I looked for a recipe, I did look at a lot of different recipes. And if you've ever heard of Susan, of Hawaiian, she has a great I don't think it's a YouTube channel, but she has a great website, and it's all about fat-free vegan. So she made Hawaiian baked beans. Now that inspired me to make my own version. I did not use her recipe basically at all, except for the Hawaiian theme. And as I thought about it, I go, oh, I'm gonna add pineapple because she added pineapple. And she suggested cans of pineapple. Well, of course, I love fresh pineapple, so I was going to substitute that. But if you want to use canned pineapple, I found this, it's from Native Forest. It's 100% organic pineapple. So you can add that if you want. I chose not to, but I'm just saying that's an option. I know some people like, I love pineapple, but I don't want to have to cut it, and I get that. If you want to go a little bit easier, you could just use the canned pineapple. So what I did to make mine, I didn't make mine as, let me just say, as intensive as hers, because I wanted to go really easy. I wanted to do something that you could just go by. I'm not making my own barbecue sauce per se. What I did is I used a bunch of different sauces here, and I mixed them all together. Now, if you're saying, Twyla, where's the recipe? I want you to get into the idea that use what you have, okay? So look and see what you have. For instance, when you buy mustard like this, it is so hard to, how do you scrape out all the stuff that stays on the side? What I do is I save this, and then I filled it up with just about that much water. So I saved it after there was still some residue left, and then I would just shake it. And that formed like a liquid mustardy thing. I poured that into the pan of where I was making the barbecue sauce. Then I used the whole container of Hawaiian barbecue sauce. So if you don't want to add fresh pineapple, if you don't want to add the canned pineapple, it's already done for you. This particular brand is vegan. It's from Primal Kitchen. I got this at a store called Forklift, which is related to Nugget Market, which if Nugget Market's not in your area, I'm sure you could just buy it on one of your favorite Vitacost or Thrive or what's that other place that starts with an A? I forget what it is. Amazon, something like that. Then I use this. It's right here from Chili Smith. This is so good. It's the blueberry chipotle barbecue sauce. And he sells it right here at Chili Smith. If you're local, come and get some. Who would have ever thought to put blueberries in barbecue sauce? This guy did, and you know I love fruit. I've been watching a couple of videos on being a fruitarian. I'm not there yet. But anyway, anything with fruit in it, I absolutely love. So I used a little bit of this. And when I say a little bit, I would taste it as I had it in the pot to heat it up. So I would taste it and I thought, oh, I need a little bit more of this, a little bit more of that. I got really cray-cray and I went for the mango jalapeno because mango, I think that's Hawaiian. So the mango and the pineapple, we're talking Hawaiian Aloha baked beans. This, I only used a little bit because I'm a wimp and I didn't like it really spicy. But this, again, I didn't put a measurement down because you might like it spicier. I know our good friend Patty, who's a regular here at Chili Smith, everything I make, she says, it needs more spice, it needs more spice. Yet other people, sometimes they'll come, regulars at Chili Smith, and say, oh, it's too spicy. So I'm leaving it pretty open. You can spice it up as much as you want. When I made the recipe, I used 1 onion. I like purple onions better than white onions, so I put a purple onion in here. I also used carrots. Carrots gave it the sweetness along with the pineapple and mango, so that I didn't use any sort of granulated sugar at all. I didn't add any coconut sugar, or I didn't add any molasses or maple syrup, because I used, well, this sauce probably had a little bit of sugar in it, but I'm not adding any extra sugar. And if you just add the pineapple and the carrots, and even dates if you like it a little bit sweeter, I would put the dates in the food processor with a little bit of the mustard water that you made, so it's more saucy and not chunky. I also used a fresh red pepper. I know Steve said in his he used some dried red pepper. I like the fresh, you know, it's just what I liked. And I cut everything up. This is a key that I learned. I think it was from my Nana when she made baked beans. But she would roast the vegetables first. So the garlic, the carrots, the red pepper, and the onions, I sliced them all. I sprinkled some smoked paprika on them, and then I put them in the oven for 20 minutes. So they're already roasted. While it was roasting, I heated up the barbecue sauce, just what I told you, those sauces. So that all was heating up. I had already cooked the beans, and again, we go back to use what you have. This is what I had in my cupboard. I had black-eyed peas, which are beans, black-eyed beans. I had Christmas lima, which, wait till you see them, gave them a great look to the baked beans. And I used one of my favorites, Pirano, one of my absolute favorites. I cooked those in the Instant Pot first. So after they were cooked, like Steve said, I like that sort of rim around, that caramelization of the beans. So I did bake them. So I put them in this cute pot that you've seen before that my daughter's mother-in-law gave me. Thank you. And then I put the beans in the pot. I put the heated sauce, the sauce that I made, in here, and then I added the roasted vegetables. So that's how I made it. I put it in the oven. I put mine at 350 for 45 minutes, and then I turned the oven down, put the lid on it, and cooked it for another 25 minutes, maybe 30, and I turned the heat down to 325. That's just the way I liked it. It offered a little bit more of a slower bake, and it offered a little bit more caramelization. It's okay to mix your beans with baked beans. It gives us a nice texture, and as you'll see, gives us a nice, kind of colorful, because once you see the carrots and the red pepper and the onion together, it's really colorful and it's really tasty. I want to just say a couple of things about health, because beans are so important to your health. The other day when I was buying gas, I think, let's see, all my salary is going to gas now. Or what was that? Or maybe you're watching this 2 years from now when gas is maybe back down to $2 a gallon. But right now it's a little bit expensive in California, putting it mildly. And anyway, I saw this. There was a car maintenance or a car repair shop. And his sign says, regular maintenance is key in preventing future costly repair bills. And I thought, he's talking about a car, but yet let's use that same principle for us, for our bodies. We want to eat healthy, and then I'm not just talking about financially costing. It would cost us time and fun and energy and vitality if we don't spend the time now to maintain our health. Because I know I'm really active with my 4-year-old grandson, and if I wasn't maintaining my health, I'm not just going to be that grandma that sits back and says, okay, you're doing good, all right, you do this, do this. We are active. We are, well, I am not snowboarding. I can maybe videotape while he's snowboarding. Or you don't say videotape anymore, do we? I guess we say record. So anyway, I want to maintain my health, but it's not just something I can do the day before we go out and do all these activities. It is something you do on a regular basis. So try to remember that metaphor as far as the car repairs, repairing you, keeping maintenance. But also remember what Dr. Dean Ornish says. Those 4 keys. Number 1, eat better, which you can't go wrong with beans. And remember, you can do beans a versatile using beans in a variety of ways, very versatile. So eat better, move more. And the book I was reading yesterday, he was talking about not just going to the gym once a day and maybe doing weights or maybe doing the bike, but moving more throughout your day, keeping that circulation going. I know at my day job, I'm up and down a flight of stairs, maybe 4 or 5 times a day. And that really helps keep your energy going, keeps that blood flowing. So it's not just about working out at the club 2 days a week, maybe for an hour. It's about that constant movement. The other one is stress less. Last couple of years have been pretty stressful. We don't want to create any more stress, so the better we can handle stress. We're always going to have it, but it's how we deal with it. That's what really matters. So let's think about, of course, you know, I was a yoga teacher, so I'm going to promote a little bit of yoga, whether it's yoga, whether it's meditation, relaxing, take a walk, just be out in nature more. You can take your beans with you. And then, of course, love more. And that doesn't mean love the one you're with, the song that was popular when not that I did that, but anyway, it doesn't mean that. It just means in everything, you have a greater appreciation for nature, or you have better relationships with your family or your friends. So keep those 4 in mind when you're eating these healthy beans. Then another book I read, which I'm going to highlight later, it's called Mindfulness. It's not called that, but they're stressing mindfulness in eating. And I find I like to do that even when I'm cooking. I want to put fun and love in my cooking because I really think it tastes better. There was a famous nutritionist who once said, eat anything you want as long as it's made with love. So think about that. When you go through that drive-thru at Taco Bell, how much love do you think they got in that taco? I don't think they had much. But me, that's what I do. I think I'm feeding my family, I'm feeding my friends. I want to put as much love as I possibly can in that. All right, so who wants to taste these baked beans that I made?
I do.
You do? I hear somebody. Did you take a look at these, Steve? Did you see my residual that I've got going? I know it's not called residual. I like your caramelization. I like that name better.
Yeah, it's called the ring around the pot.
Ring around.
Never mind.
Ring around the collar? Yeah. Who remembers that? Okay. So, can you see?
Oh, you got some Christmas lima in there.
Yes.
Is that Peruano?
Peruano, of course. And I even put some black-eyed beans in there.
You did.
I did. You can see the peppers, you can see the carrots, you can see the onions.
Oh,
and
like
I think you're going to like this. Tell me what you think.
Oh, it smells good.
I hope it's not too hot. You might want to taste it or test it. Make sure it's not too hot. Still have the texture of the carrots. You still have some texture. It's not all mush.
Oh, look
Aloha?
at the size of this thing.
I know. Isn't it great? Do you feel like you're in Hawaii now?
I'm ready for surfing now.
Okay, let's go.
Good job.
Remember to subscribe to our channel. Come and see us whenever you need to. I'd love to answer any emails that you have. Steve, you have the email address on the...
The email address is on the website, and it's Steve @ or it's Twyla @ and we'll get them to her.
Yes.
I wanted to point out, too, that this blueberry is an excellent choice. I love the bite.
Yes.
And Miles Jolly, the man that makes this, he's here in Sacramento.
Yeah.
Just
I said
wonderful.
come in and get some.
Everything we have is local, and I just love the fact that this is now a national brand. Really going to town. I'm proud of him.
Love the local. Anyway, enjoy your beans. Get out there in the springtime. A little bit more nature, a little bit more fun, a little bit less stress. And we'll see you next time.
Love your neighbors and love your beans.